Hello YouTube, welcome back to the Man Cave. I got a delivery yesterday that I really wanted to show you because it's fantastic. This is a knife I ordered from China. This is a Decepticon 1 clone. The original was made by a gentleman called Decepticon, I believe, although you'll have to check that one out, and was $1,000 worth of knife with some pretty fantastic materials. This is the clone version from China, coming in at a much more reasonable £100. I'm sure that the original was worth the $1,000, but I just don't have £1,000 or $1,000 or 700 quid ish to go spending on a custom knife. So this was the only thing I could really afford. It's a lovely machined unit. The scales and general frame are made of titanium, and the blade itself is a D2 tool steel. I wasn't entirely sure that I was getting what I paid for coming from China, but I ran a magnet over the frame and a sharpening stone quickly over the steel, and the materials do certainly seem to be titanium and D2 tool steel. This thing from the factory has a reasonable edge, but that needs working on. I'll do a little paper cutting test in a minute just to see how it runs. And yes, this is the blade itself. It's a fantastically machined piece in the black and gold anodization. It runs on two small bearings, you can see there in the gold. It's nicely central, and the grind lines on this are beautiful. Just do a quick. It's an absolutely stunning piece of kit. The machining on it seems to be really well done, and the build quality of this thing is incredible. Despite the way it looks, it actually fits in the hand incredibly well. As you can see, the pommel just sticks out the back there, or butt of the knife, and the flipper component here gives you a nice stopper for your fingers. And it's actually a really comfortable, really nice feeling blade, despite its angular sort of look. The belt clip is another machined piece there, which is of a solid titanium construction and is nice and sturdy. There's absolutely no reason you'd carry this sort of thing in public. This is purely a collector's piece, and I just like the look of it so much that I just had to pick one up. The mechanisms for these, this is a frame lock, being that the little spring-loaded arm there, if I can actuate it, there we go, pulls away from the blade, and on the end of that, a nice bit of attention to detail. Let's see if it will focus up a little bit. There is a, it's not focusing at all, is it? There we go. On the end of the arm there, you can see a nice machined hardened steel block that's been put on the edge of the titanium. While titanium is a really strong material, it's not going to wear like as hard as something as some hardened tool steel. So they've put a nice little insert on the end of that. I'm not sure if you can see how it's all fitted. There's a couple of little screws that just bolt that in. There's absolutely no play in the blade whatsoever. Once it's out, it's out, and that's down to the bearing as opposed to a friction runners that it's got. You can adjust the tension on this. There's just some little posi drive screws in there, and the function of this is, as I said, just a flipper. You depress the top there, and it sends the blade out. There's no springs or anything like that. It just freewheels and then locks out. It can deploy actually quite quickly with just a push, or if you put a flick of the wrist into it, exceptionally quickly. To the sharpness of the blade, as I said, little piece of paper. I haven't tried this before, so let's see how it goes. Not particularly, not the sharpest thing I've ever tested, if I'm honest. Although that seems to do the job reasonably well. So yeah, that's the Decepticon 1 clone in black and anodized gold. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you've got any questions on this blade or anything else I do, please don't hesitate to contact me. Decepticon 1.